Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to create the feather, and if we have some more time I will also give a braid and hair tutorial today. So if you have followed along with the other two videos, you should have completed 6 textures already. Spikes, scales, cobblestone, a rocky texture, slime, wooden, and then I've split the 6th box into 2 parts, giving us a little bit of room for our feather today. Okay. Make sure that you guys have the following supplies. You will need an eraser, a pencil sharpener, and a sharp pencil. I'm going to start by creating the quill of the feather. The quill is the fiber or the vein that runs through the center of the feather. Then I'm going to make the outsides of my feather. These little notches are, I don't know if you guys have ever observed on feathers when the feather fibers or the hairs of the feather separate and then you get those little broken parts in the feather. So don't worry too much if the shape of your feather does not exactly match mine. Just try to make it as close as possible, and also know that all feathers have a slightly different shape. So if your feather is a little different than mine, that's okay. So the quill part of the feather here, I'm going to add some thickness to that. I didn't want it to be quite as thick at the bottom, so I'm just going to thin that out at the base of the quill. Okay. All right, now feathers have the little fibers, right, that run through the feather. Now those fibers move and grow in the direction that the feather itself is curved. So I'm going to make sure I have a pretty sharp pencil to start so I can get the details of the fibers. So make sure your pencil is really sharp. And then feathers have a shininess to them, and they're typically a little bit darker shadowed close to the quill. So I'm starting by creating a darker area of fibers near the base or next to the quill itself, this center vein part. Okay. And my marks are curved as if they are moving with the feather as it's growing. So notice how my pencil lines change curve to mimic the direction that the feather is growing or moving, right? Next to the outside edge of the feather, it's also going to have a little bit more shadow. Now, some of the fibers are going to come through the light area. So just pull a few lines all the way through the center part. The outside of the feather is not always perfect, so some of the little hairs of fiber pieces can touch the edge to give it a little bit of a varied edge. Now, if yours gets too dark, you can just bring the eraser to it and pull up some of the graphite of the pencil just to lighten it up a little bit. And also this gives the effect of blending, and I'm just gently kind of putting the eraser through some of that to help blend it in a way and pull up a little bit of pencil. So by having this light section go through here, it gives the illusion that the feather has a shininess to it, which a lot of feathers do have a little bit of a sheen to them if you look at them closely. Now again, I'm gonna say the importance of drawing from life and from a real object. So if you have the opportunity to collect a feather, or find a feather, and draw from a real feather, that would be the most ideal way that you would be practicing the feather texture. If you don't have a feather, then you can always look at a photo of a feather. That would be the second best choice. Now, I admit I am not looking at a photo of a feather. I am just drawing this feather on my own since I've practiced this a number of times. But if you want to really grow as an artist, you will always have a reference source when you're trying to create accurate and realistic drawings. So that means finding a picture of a feather on the internet if you don't have one at home, and drawing from a real source, right? Okay, again, I'm starting here with the dark lines right next to the quill of the feather, or the centerpiece of the feather. And I'm making sure that my lines move in the direction that the feather is curving. And I'm bringing dark lines right up next to the edge, outside edge of the feather as well. And yes, this is very detailed. It takes some time to create this texture. And I'm going to bring just a few lines through the center part here, and that gives the illusion that these fibers are, this is just the shiny section. So I can go back through and kind of blend it with my eraser a little bit, just soften some of that up. And then I'm gonna come back through and make some lines that go all the way through, just randomly. And again, your pencil has to be really sharp for this. So if your pencil's not sharp, you're not going to get defined lines. It's just gonna your lines are gonna kind of look mushy. So make sure that your pencil is really sharp so you can get defined lines on your feather. And some feathers have different patterns, like little spots or some striping in them. So it'd be pretty cool if you found a picture of a feather on the internet and then copied some of the details that you see in an actual feather. I mean, that would be the best way to go. second best. If you've had a real feather, that would be the best thing to do. I'll look at some of my older feathers here from previous times when I've practiced this. So yeah, they're coming out different each time. This one's a nice one. It shows the option of putting some little spots in there and how the edge can be varied, right? So this one's a lot lighter. This one's really nice. Okay, oh, here's a good one too. This one has some spots at the end of the feather. And notice that the shape of it's different too. So I will attach some of the photos of different feathers to the assignment for you guys to look at. So let's come back in. I'm gonna give it a few more details. And then we'll be done. Usually around the base of the quill, there's a few little kind of like wispy, really soft fuzzies down there. That's pretty much it. I think that's our feather. Okay, awesome. I think I'll make a second video for the braid and for hair. So if you want to practice braid texture or practice creating hair, please stay tuned. I'm going to make another video just for hair and for the braid, which is a pretty fun texture. So thanks, and keep working on your textures to include a lot of detail, shading, and fill each box. Again, fill each box on your worksheet for the most points possible on the assignment. And have fun with it.